We are Where the Light Is. I'm Char.
I'm Krystal.
I'm Jay.
I'm Meka.
And today we're going to be talking about one of those cool, classic, old Christian topics here. We're going to do it, take it from a new perspective, to find new ways from things that we commonly think about, but we really don't talk about a lot. So the topic is, drumroll, prayer. You know, that's something everybody talks about, no matter if you follow God, who you do, believer, non-believer, however it is, talk about prayer.
Yeah.
But as believers and Christians, who do you feel more comfortable praying around? Believers or non-believers?
I just said this is a normal topic.
It's normal! Well, I mean, because we wanted to take it from an angle from something we all deal with all the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Who doesn't want to start?
I wanted to say was because I was actually, y'all was there at Big Red's baby shower. And my family was like, yeah, Meka, you about to pray right now, like pray on the food. And I'm like, okay, like, why wasn't I involved in the conversation? And everybody was looking at me, so I was basically called out to do prayer, and I didn't mind it, but when you get called out like that, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So just to compare that to when you praying in front of other believers, I've had to pray in front of other believers too. But for me, it's the same. I get that same nervous ball in my stomach. Like, it doesn't differ for me. It's just kind of still their weird thing.
For me, it's totally different. Like, so at my brother's wedding, the person who was supposed to pray never showed up. So I was like, well, I don't know who else is a believer in this room. I'll take the mic. And I prayed in front of them. And even when I did it, I could tell, like, oh, this is a lot different than praying in front of church people. Like, people who know the word or, you know, who are believers per se. It was a lot different. Just you were more comfortable. You could tell that it was more receiving. Okay. Whereas sometimes when I pray in front of church people, it's kind of like, I know they're thinking of every word that I'm saying if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
That ain't the scripture like that.
Right.
She said that ain't even a word.
Right.
She don't know her word. She don't study. Okay.
But also too, just even add on to that, well, because I think too, because when it comes to prayer or praying in front of non-believers, anything you say, as long as it sounds good, they're going to receive it.
Yeah.
But you even have to be careful with that, because just because they'll hype you up, it don't mean nothing. Like a prayer.
Right.
You still got to be led in the spirit.
Right.
For me, that's why I'm like, in front of non-believers, I feel like it's a lot of responsibility sometimes, because you can get in your head like, oh, you know, this could be the first time they actually hear the gospel or the first time they hear the truth. So it's like, let me not say the wrong thing, but that's like the wrong mindset sometimes too, versus religious people or believers. Sometimes I'll be like, well, listen, I know the word, it's in my heart, so it gotta come out. But it's the same thing for non-believers, but it's like, it seems like so much a responsibility sometimes. So that's why I'd be like, you know.
Yeah. I think for me, it's kind of like Meka. Like, I get that same nervous feeling, but I think I'm more self-conscious about my words around believers, because I was just like, okay, did I say that right? Did I say this right? Where in unbelievers, well, either way, I still get nervous, but it's still kind of like that pressure, like, okay, let me say, did I say this right?
I just feel like non-believers are just a little more receptive. Like, sometimes groups, you can feel like, oh, okay, like, you could tell as soon as you stand up there, like, they're waiting for you to say
judge
the
every word
thing.
that come out
like,
your mouth.
It's like, are we not all one? Like, you should be receptive of my prayer as I'm praying for you. But it's just interesting.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, the Lord helps us with that. So if you rely on His Spirit, He'll give you the strength to speak in front of believers, non-believers, even dogs, cats, whoever.
Right.
He helps you out with that.
For sure. Yeah. And then on top of that, it's being mindful, like, oh, if people really have this nervousness, like what Jay and Meka, all of us have kind of said, as a believer, you should always enter into, like, be open to hearing what people are praying for. Not always receiving everything, but definitely just being willing to let them pray.
Right. Well, we like to know what you think. So how about you comment below and tell us what you think. Do you like praying in front of different people? Do you feel more comfortable? Do you like to share in front of believers, non-believers, your friends or non-friends? Because, you know, sometimes your friends can, it's a difference playing in front of your friends and other Christians sometimes too. Another topic for another day. Well, we'll see you later, guys.
Bye.
These will be our bloopers.
Right.
This is gonna be part of our bloopers.
Yeah.
Okay, so